Hello everybody, and bringing you a replay that played I think yesterday with me, Bomdagor, on alkaline waste, spawning in the top left corner, and my opponent Ness spawning in the bottom right corner. And it's going to be a PvP. And to be perfectly honest, it's probably going to be, I think my real first cast. I did one a while ago. I didn't like how I sounded in general. I'm just going to bump that up a little bit. ×2, because for the first minute or so, nothing really happens. So I send my scouting probe. Just gonna sit over here for a little bit. He sends his sends one of his to scout mine. So I pointed this so I can actually see what he's building. Just kind of hide my probe around and get another scout in beforehand. And the strategy I use on this map, and I've actually haven't used this strat too much, is Phoenix play, which you Stargate first. So, and I've actually gotten better at it where my timing is down pretty good. So, I got my cybercore in the back. And his Stargate is before mine. I think that's because I'm building a defense here. He hasn't built any. No, he's got one zealot. He trapped his sentry. I did not realize that. Oh, cancels his gateway. And then here's his oracle. Slow that back down a bit. Now, the oracle has some nice changes to it, to where it actually attacks a lot more things. So it makes it a little more viable, except for the fact that it costs roughly 50 more than the Phoenix, and the Phoenix is used and is a much better harassment unit early game versus the oracle. Take out the rock there, so that way I don't click on it during a battle. And about 3 to 4 Phoenix. I think I stopped around 5 or 6, and then I just tech switch right off into Robo. So let's see. Now he's got his army position because he knows the Phoenix are on the way. He's got his own Phoenix here to kind of counter my Phoenix. I don't know why I was. And the Phoenix make themselves known. And there's the stalkers. And then he turned this Nexus into a cannon itself. As you can tell, you can always see the rings on it regardless of whether or not. So I take down a couple of sentries and a zealot, and then I just move back. And you can see that he was trying to click on my units to attack, and then he clicked on the rocks. So during that attack, I expand. And then I throw down a Robo. Speed this up a little bit. Now we see a Twilight Council going down, and more Phoenix on their way. And as his army moves out, my Phoenix move in. So he's got a bunch of stalkers here. So look at the units tab. He's got a much bigger army than mine, and even more probes. And doing the probes on gas. And then here comes the big attack from him. Got my Immortal down. Shit. And I got my Twilight Council out. Okay. So I think one of the big mistakes is that he's attacking this instead of actually going into here and actually take out the rest of this. If he actually decided to engage in here versus trying to take out that expansion, I probably would have quit. As you see, he's deciding to take out my whole expansion, not really expanding behind it. Oh wait, there's the probe to actually do that. So he is expanding behind it. Forward pylon. And then he sits there and waits. I get a spot off with the probe. Phoenix going to kill the mothership. And actually I'm using the Phoenix to actually lift up all the stalkers, so that way I could keep warping in, because it's less stalkers that actually fire, and then once they drop the zealots, actually just come in for their kill. Now after the game, I actually talked to Ness, and he said the big thing is that the reason he decided to charge up the ramp is because he saw no sentries. Which, in my defense, I keep forgetting to build sentries just for that fact alone. I do mostly against Zerg because it makes, for me, it's more sense, because you know you got speedlings which will just wreck your day. So now he only has zealots. He's got an Oracle on the. Oh, actually, I got an Oracle on the way. There's my Oracle. And I'm probably only going to use it for one thing. And that's just to do my own harassment when the Phoenix aren't actually going to do anything. 3 stalkers. Excuse me, about 12 zealots. And I got the Oracle going this way, I got the Phoenix going this way. So it is going to be kind of a multi-prong attack, because saw the transfer of his workers going back down. My expansion is going right back up again. And I'm supply blocked. Colossus on the way. Another pylon going down to make sure I just really don't supply block myself. And then more stalkers. Moving the zealot to take the tower to kind of give me an idea of what's going on. Oracle coming in to do its thing. Considering the rally point, he probably got this stuck in there. And then I deactivate the power to come in here for a little more. Actually, started attacking the stalker instead of the actual probes. But it's giving me time to actually get now already my Phoenix play has actually paid for itself. It's slowing down a lot more. In probe count, he's still higher than mine. But then again, I lost an entire base, but he lost an entire army from that base. As you can see why he's not really moving out, even though his force is a little not as big as mine. But then I'm low in the probe count. But I'm getting ready to take my expansion over here. Phoenix moving again. Kind of give me a tip off on when he take expansions. He's got blink, I've got charge. Thermal lance is on the way. Should be getting a Colossus. Weapons level 2 is on the way. Come on, Colossus. There we go. And there's the Void Ray. And here comes the Phoenix. And here comes. And spotting cannons, spotting Twilight. Snag one probe. As you see, he took all his probes off the line and moved them here, which doesn't really make sense. You'd rather just send them here, resaturate all these. You still have the cannons to protect. I guess he didn't have that. Trying to get this expansion down. He threw down a bunch of 2 cannons is pretty much enough. 2 cannons and a few stalkers is enough to kind of stop Phoenix harassment. After you after you actually spot it first time. Fleet beacon out so I can get Tempest, cause why not Tempest? So you got my 3rd going down. I got my main pretty much mined out. Here he nope, just to protect his 3rd, make sure nothing happens. And if I was smart, I should have put a pylon here, make a warping cycle, and then try to take out these probes with a couple of zealots. Even with the cannons there, it would have been enough. And I think I should have vision of it. Yeah, it warned me the attack was coming. An observer just in case, you know, went behind Dark Shrine. Especially since Dark Shrine's a little cheaper. And then I took down these rocks, so that way it slowed them down. And here comes my engagement. Let's do their thing, and then I got my Colossus to do more damage. Take out the damage. And there goes his entire army. Rewind that just a bit. And watch from his point of view. Because I did have a Dark Shrine on the way, figuring he didn't have a Robo, which I was right. Since he went straight to Stargate, only got a Void Ray. Actually, should have only, what, 2 Void Rays? 16 Stalkers. I got 22 Zealots, 4 Colossus, 9 Stalkers, 1 Phoenix, 1 Immortal. And you can see the Zealots doing a lot more, tanking all the damage. While I got Tempest to take out air, Stalkers to take out the rest of the air. And we look at the upgrades. 1 attack. I had 1 armor, so nullifies that. 2 attack. He has no armor. No other upgrades than Blink. And he probably should have... I don't even think Blink Micro would have done too much, because he didn't have much of a actual army prior to that. So we look at that.
Upgrade complete.
Look at his army. Not really, because was his Zealot stuck in the back? Sorry. Just realizing where a lot of this. Let's see, his Zealots are stuck there. He's actually... Oh no, that's my pylon. Oh. Had he blinked back his Stalkers, my charge lots would have actually went towards this. Had he rearranged this to stay right around here, he had a pretty big engagement against these. They do have this ability, so that does a lot more damage to my armored unit. So 80/80 does +6 versus armored. So 16 damage. So that's not too bad. Yep. No Guardian Shield. He had 6 sentries, so he had enough Guardian Shield to actually keep a lot of this alive for a lot longer. Bunch of Zealots right here. A couple of Zealots actually just not doing any damage, so that... Again, Sentry's not using it. Force Field, not... There's the Wing Micro. Not using Guardian Shield. Probably would have held back a chunk of my army. And there you have it. That's GG, and